I'm very skinny. I weigh about 62 pounds. Like, when kids in my class weigh about 97.
We all adore the holiday season, and certain classic films, like 1990's Home Alone, have become an essential part of our annual traditions. This classic delivers just the right amount of laughs and lighthearted fun that families across the globe love, and it never seems to get old. Join us as we explore fascinating and lesser-known details about the movie Home Alone. Before we dive into our list, let's talk about the heart and soul of this film, the star himself. The main character, Kevin McCallister, was brilliantly brought to life by actor and musician Macaulay Culkin, who was born on August 26, 1980. At just 10 years old when the film was released, Culkin captured the hearts of audiences worldwide with his charm, wit, and perfect comedic timing. He's widely recognized as one of the most successful child actors of the 1990s, and for good reason. His performance in Home Alone catapulted him to superstardom virtually overnight. Now, let's get into our countdown of fascinating facts. Number 20. Written for Culkin, but still auditioned. Director Chris Columbus confirmed that the role of Kevin was specifically written for Macaulay Culkin by screenwriter John Hughes. Hughes had worked with the young actor previously on Uncle Buck, 1989, and was confident Culkin was the perfect rascal for the part. However, Columbus, wanting to be thorough, auditioned over 100 other preteen boys before ultimately casting Culkin, proving Hughes' initial conviction correct. Interestingly, many of these audition tapes have become legendary in Hollywood circles, with some future stars among the rejected candidates. Columbus later admitted that while some boys were talented, none captured the unique combination of vulnerability and mischief that Culkin brought to the character. The director knew within the first 30 seconds of Culkin's audition that he had found his Kevin. Number 19. Improvisation and accolades. Culkin's performance included some of his own ideas. The young star reportedly improvised the iconic line to the burglars, "Do you guys give up, or are you thirsty for more?" He also largely improvised the elaborate party scene where Kevin uses strings to move mannequins, and a Michael Jordan cutout on a train set to trick the wet bandits. Macaulay Culkin's career led to a Golden Globe nomination, and in 2023, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, with his on-screen mother, Catherine O'Hara, in attendance. The ceremony was emotional for both actors, who spoke about their enduring bond. Culkin's ability to ad-lib as a child was remarkable, and many of the film's most memorable moments came from his spontaneous creativity on set. Columbus encouraged this freedom, understanding that Culkin had an instinct for comedy that couldn't be scripted. Number 18. A child star's payday. For the original Home Alone, the young star earned $110,000. By the time of the sequel, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, his salary had skyrocketed to $4.5 million. He reportedly also negotiated a 5% cut of the sequel's box office earnings, which, with the film grossing $359 million globally, netted him an additional $17.95 million. This made him one of the highest-paid child actors in Hollywood history at the time. The dramatic salary increase reflected not just the first film's success, but also Culkin's newfound status as a bankable star. His agents worked hard to ensure he was compensated fairly for the massive success he'd helped create, setting new precedents for child actor contracts in the industry. Number 17. To Be Home Alone enters the Hollywood vocabulary. The film's unexpected and phenomenal success led to a new phrase entering the Hollywood lexicon: to be home alone. According to the late Oscar-winning screenwriter William Goldman, this phrase was used by studio executives to describe films that underperformed at the box office because of Home Alone's unexpectedly long and successful theatrical run. The movie dominated theaters for months, holding on to premium screen times and pushing other releases into less favorable slots. Studios had to completely rethink their holiday release strategies for years afterward. Some major releases were reportedly delayed or rescheduled specifically to avoid competing with Home Alone's incredible staying power in theaters. Number 16. The brutality of Kevin's traps. The violence inflicted on the thieves, Harry and Marv, is cartoonish, but in reality would have been catastrophic. From a flaming blowtorch to the head to being struck in the face with a hot iron and a can of paint, it's a miracle they were conscious. Medical professionals have estimated injuries like a blowout fracture, fractured bones around the eyes, from the iron alone, leading to serious disfigurement. Director Chris Columbus admitted the stunts were terrifying to watch, noting there was no CGI, and the crew only laughed after the stuntmen confirmed they were okay. A popular YouTube channel even consulted with emergency room doctors who determined that Harry and Marv would have suffered fatal injuries multiple times throughout the film. The paint cans alone, swinging from that height with that force, would likely have caused severe traumatic brain injuries. But of course, that's the magic of movie comedy. Consequences exist in a completely different universe than reality. Number 15. The Real Tarantula. In one memorable scene, Marv, Daniel Stern, has a large tarantula placed on his face. This spider was absolutely real. Daniel Stern was hesitant and asked for the tarantula's stinger to be removed, but was told it would kill the creature. Knowing tarantulas are essentially deaf, Stern agreed to a single take. To avoid scaring the spider, he had to mime his scream and have the sound dubbed in later. The spider's handler was on set the entire time, ready to intervene if anything went wrong. Stern later said this was one of the most nerve-wracking moments of his acting career, despite having done many challenging scenes before. The tarantula, whose name was Barry, was a trained animal actor who had appeared in several other productions. After filming, Stern admitted he developed a newfound respect for tarantulas, though he still wouldn't want one as a pet. Number 14. A real-life family trip inspired the story. The film's writer, John Hughes, conceived the idea while preparing for his family's first trip to Europe. He suddenly wondered, what if one of the kids were left behind? He jotted the thought down and wrote the initial script draft in just 9 days after returning home, including a famous 8-hour, 44-page sprint to complete the finale. The production was initially dropped by Warner Bros. For exceeding its assigned budget, but 20th Century Fox stepped in to save the film. Hughes was known for his incredibly fast writing process, but even by his standards, the speed at which he completed Home Alone was remarkable. He reportedly wrote much of it late at night, fueled by coffee and his natural comedic instincts. The script required minimal revisions, which was unusual for Hollywood projects of this scale. Number 13. A lasting mother-son bond. The close relationship between Kevin and his on-screen mother, Kate McCallister, Catherine O'Hara, seems to have a real-life parallel. Macaulay Culkin and Catherine O'Hara have maintained a relationship, with Culkin still affectionately calling her mommy or mama whenever they see each other, and O'Hara replying with baby or son. Their chemistry on screen was no accident. O'Hara treated Culkin with genuine maternal warmth throughout filming, and they spent time together off-set as well. O'Hara has said in interviews that she felt protective of the young star and wanted to ensure he felt safe and supported during the demanding production schedule. Their reunion at Culkin's Walk of Fame ceremony brought tears to many in attendance. Number 12. Candy ornaments and rubber feet. When Marv steps on the glass ornaments, he's actually stepping on props made of candy. Additionally, Daniel Stern wore rubber feet for all his barefoot scenes as an extra safety measure. The special effects team spent weeks perfecting the candy glass formula to ensure it would shatter convincingly while being completely safe for the actors. Multiple takes were required for some scenes, and they went through hundreds of these candy ornaments during production. The sound designers later added crunching sounds in post-production to make the ornaments sound more authentic and painful. Stern joked that his rubber feet became so worn during filming that he had to replace them several times. Number 11. A feud led to the director. Chris Columbus ended up directing Home Alone because he backed out of directing National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. John Hughes had originally tapped him for the film, but a disastrous initial dinner with actor Chevy Chase, who Columbus said treated him like dirt, led to Columbus quitting the project. Hughes quickly sent him the Home Alone script instead. Columbus has since said that the negative experience with Chase turned out to be a blessing in disguise, as Home Alone became the defining film of his career. The director later reconciled with Chase years afterward, but maintains that things worked out for the best for everyone involved. Number 10. The infamous house. The McCallister family home, located at 671 Lincoln Avenue in Winnetka, Illinois, has become a major tourist attraction. The kitchen, main staircase, and ground floor landing were all filmed inside the actual 5-bedroom house. Most other first-floor rooms, including the dining room, and all the destructive interiors, were shot on a soundstage built on a basketball court at a local high school that was closed for the shoot. The house has since sold several times, with each sale making headlines because of its connection to the film. Real estate agents market it as the Home Alone house, and it commands a premium price because of its famous status. During the holidays, fans regularly drive by or walk past the property to take photos, though the current owners have asked for privacy and respect. Number 9. The homeowners stayed during filming. The homeowners, John and Cynthia Abenshin, actually lived in the master bedroom suite for the full 5.5 months of filming, primarily to be on site in case the production needed to make structural changes. They even had access to the crew's food truck. The couple later described the experience as surreal but exciting. They witnessed movie magic being made right in their own home and developed friendships with cast and crew members. The production team was careful to protect the house, and any modifications made for filming purposes were restored afterward. The Abenshins received compensation for the use of their property and have said they have no regrets about opening their home to the production. Number 8. The iconic scream was an accident. Kevin's famous high-pitched scream after applying aftershave became the movie's most recognized moment. In the script, the scene was conceived differently. But in the first take, Culkin slapped his face and left his hands glued to his cheeks while he screamed, similar to the figure in Edvard Munch's painting The Scream. The unscripted moment was genius, and Columbus kept it. This single gesture has been recreated millions of times, becoming one of the most parodied and referenced moments in cinema history. It appeared on the movie poster, and in virtually all promotional materials. Columbus has said this moment perfectly captured Kevin's character. A kid trying to act grown up but still being very much a child. Number 7. The gangster movie isn't real. The film Kevin watches, Angels with Filthy Souls, is a fictional movie designed to parody 1940s gangster films like those starring James Cagney. Its sequel, Angels with Even Filthier Souls, seen in Home Alone 2, is also entirely fictional. Screenwriter John Hughes wrote the script for the snippets himself, including the famous line, "Keep the change, you filthy animal." The scenes were shot in black and white with period-appropriate costumes and lighting to make them look authentic. Many viewers assumed it was a real vintage film, which speaks to how well the production team recreated the style of classic gangster movies. The actor who played Johnny in the fake film, Ralph Foodie, delivered his lines with perfect tough guy panache, making the parody work brilliantly. Number 6. Joe Pesci's method acting. To encourage a genuine sense of fear in the child star, actor Joe Pesci, Harry, avoided Macaulay Culkin on set. This was a method acting choice to ensure the young actor would be truly afraid of the menacing burglar. Culkin once recalled an accidental moment during a rehearsal where Pesci, while acting out biting his fingers, broke the skin. Pesci, who had won an Oscar for Goodfellas the same year Home Alone was released, brought intensity to what could have been a purely comedic role. His commitment to making Harry genuinely threatening, even in a family comedy, elevated the film's stakes. Once filming wrapped, Pesci broke character and was reportedly warm and kind to Culkin, but during production he maintained professional distance to serve the story. Number 5. The Snow Problem. Despite being a Christmas classic, snow wasn't initially in the budget. The crew primarily relied on snow machines, semi-trucks full of shaved ice, and even mashed potato flakes for effect. However, a massive, unexpected real snowstorm hit the Chicago area near the end of the shoot, providing the perfect, gorgeous real snow for Kevin McCallister's emotional return home. The production team had to scramble to take advantage of the natural snowfall, rearranging the shooting schedule to capture the beautiful winter scenes while they could. The combination of artificial and real snow in the final film is seamless, with most viewers never knowing which scenes used which type. This lucky break of weather added to the film's authentic Christmas atmosphere. Number 4. Judo champion sister. Hilary Wolf, who played Kevin's older sister Megan, went on to become a professional athlete. She was a member of the U.S. Summer Olympic Judo team in both 1996 and 2000. Her athletic career was impressive, and she competed at the highest international level. Wolf has said that her brief acting career, which included Home Alone and a few other projects, helped fund her judo training. She eventually chose to focus entirely on her sport, walking away from Hollywood opportunities to pursue her Olympic dreams. Her dedication paid off with 2 Olympic appearances, making her one of the most accomplished athletes to have appeared in the Home Alone franchise. Number 3. Talking to a tennis ball. Due to child labor laws limiting a child actor's working hours, Catherine O'Hara often had to film her close-ups late at night without Macaulay Culkin present. To maintain her eye line, she'd sometimes deliver her emotional lines to a tennis ball on a stand while the script supervisor read the children's lines. This is a common technique in filmmaking, but O'Hara's ability to deliver such emotionally powerful performances while essentially talking to sports equipment is a testament to her acting skills. The airport scene where Kate realizes Kevin is missing is particularly impressive when you consider that she filmed some of those reactions without the other actors present. O'Hara's commitment to her craft shines through in every frame. Number 2. Entirely shot in Chicago. Although the plot centers on the family being stranded in Paris, the entire production was shot within the Chicago area. The Paris-Orly airport scenes were filmed at O'Hare International Airport. The infamous flooded basement was filmed in a local high school swimming pool. The production designers did an incredible job of transforming Chicago locations into Paris settings, using creative camera angles and set dressing to sell the illusion. Shooting locally saved the production significant money and logistical headaches that would have come with an international shoot. It also allowed John Hughes, who loved Chicago and set many of his films there, to showcase his hometown once again. Number 1. The star avoids the classic. Perhaps the strangest fact is that Macaulay Culkin barely watches Home Alone. He explained that when he views the film, he doesn't see a movie. He sees memories of the set. He finds it difficult to view the film from an outside perspective and tends to avoid it, calling it background radiation at Christmas time. However, he is happy to embrace his legacy with his children, letting them watch the film and even indulging his oldest son, who believes he is Kevin and that he fought the burglars himself. Culkin has made peace with his status as a cultural icon, even launching a comedy website and podcast where he occasionally references his famous role. While he may not sit down and watch Home Alone every holiday season, he appreciates what the film means to millions of fans worldwide and the special place it holds in Christmas movie history. 35 years later, Home Alone remains the definitive film about the wish for independence colliding with the reality of needing family. It's a perfect holiday blend of cinematic craftsmanship, iconic performance, and a score that has woven itself permanently into the fabric of Christmas itself. Keep the change, you filthy animal. And there you have it, 20 fascinating facts about Home Alone that you probably never knew. From improvised moments that became iconic, to real tarantulas and tennis balls, to the house that became a tourist attraction, this Christmas classic has so many amazing stories behind the scenes. What surprised you the most? Was it Macaulay Culkin's incredible payday for the sequel? The fact that Angels with Filthy Souls isn't a real movie? Or maybe that the star himself doesn't actually watch the film? Home Alone remains a beloved holiday tradition more than 3 decades after its release, and learning these behind-the-scenes stories only makes us appreciate it more. The dedication of the cast and crew, the creative problem-solving, the happy accidents that became movie magic. It all came together to create something truly special. This holiday season, when you sit down to watch Home Alone for the 100th time, you'll have a whole new appreciation for what you're seeing on screen. You'll know that Kevin's scream was improvised, that the tarantula was real, that Catherine O'Hara was sometimes acting opposite a tennis ball, and that a perfectly timed snowstorm gave the movie its magical ending. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Home Alone, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another fascinating look behind the scenes of your favorite movies.